Welcome to episode 26 of the PTFO Podcast. I'm Travis.
I'm Juan.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Jordan.
And you can check us out on Twitter, PTFO Pod, email ptfopod@gmail.com. But, of course, the best way to get to us is ptfopodcast.com. We have a new server up that we're hosting on Battlefield Hardline. It's the PTFO Podcast server. So just search that, and it's usually pretty full. But, you know, you want to get in, let us know, and we'll put you on the VIP list. All listeners of the show that, you know, send us feedback get put on the VIP list and get priority into the server. So today, in honor of Mother's Day, we're going to try not to cuss. We're going to see how long we can go, how we can do. We're not going to edit anything out. We're just going to roll with it because we want to make our mommies proud and no cussing. So let's go ahead and start today with see how everybody's doing. Juan?
All right.
Going on?
Dude, I had a long-ass day at work, but is that all Juan's saying is I'm all right? That's it?
Are we covering what we're watching?
Yeah. No, this is where you talk about what you're playing. If you read the fucking notes. Oh, there it goes. Already fucked it up.
Oh, twice. Put 2 quarters in the cuss jar for the PTFO podcast.
Keep going.
If you look, Juan, on the PTFO podcast show schedule, it says this is where we talk about what we're playing and generally how life is going.
All right. I've been playing Destiny, Battlefield, and I think that's it.
Okay. How's life going?
Good.
You know what? If I got to keep coaching you fucks to do this,
Language.
God, read the show schedule.
This is Mother's Day, man.
All right.
Your mom will be upset that you're illiterate, Juan. It's cool.
Okay, Joey.
Yeah, so I'm playing some Hardline. I've been playing Hardline like crazy. Fucking just downloaded that ride demo just to see how it is about motorcycle racing. Looks pretty cool to me. Work has been shitty as hell all week.
Whoa.
But other than that, life's good, wife's good, daughter's good.
You don't have to stop us every time it happens, Jordan. We got it.
I'm not stopping. Just saying, whoa. Watch your language, sir.
Did I say bad words?
You said 2.
Well,
You said chimichanga. Yeah.
All right. This is gonna take forever. I vote to give up on it. Mom, I'm sorry, but I'm fucking talking how I want.
I'm gonna keep going, dude. I'll make my mommy proud.
All right, you make your mommy proud. Mine's dead, so I don't think she gives a shit.
I don't really care, so. But
I don't even care what my mom thinks. But yeah, the only mommy in my life is my wife. So, and she's been telling me for years I have a potty mouth, so nothing else gonna change that. But Jordan, what's up?
Let's see. What have I been playing? A lot of Guild Wars 2. Getting back into it. Used to play it a lot. Guild Wars 2. A little Smite here and there. A little Killing Floor 2 here and there. Still fun. You guys should check it out.
How do you spell Smite?
SMITE.
Because I was looking for it on Steam.
Yeah, no, it's not on Steam. You have to go download it from their website. Hi-Res
Well, no wonder. Nobody can play it with you because nobody knows what the fuck it is.
Google is a pretty good way to figure out what it is. But anyway, so other than those games, generally how life is going, I'm on break from school for this week, except summer class starts up tomorrow, so I'm in summer school, so that's about it.
I seen a picture of my cool little nephew throwing gang signs.
Oh yeah, dude. He's becoming a people. He's doing stuff, laughing and being a baby and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty nifty.
Yeah, I seen him. He looked like he's happy. He is turning into a good little, like you said, a person. Doesn't look like a little old person anymore.
Yeah. His hair, dude. He looks like a stressed out 40-year-old man. His hair is spinning. Instead of looking like a bald old man, he's like a stressed out 40-year-old at a crappy job.
Yeah. I hear you. So I've been playing Battlefield a little bit. Actually been playing Titanfall on PC. Played 10 matches, or probably closer to 15 matches of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Wrote down my stats of how I did going from not playing into playing it, just to kind of see, how things are going. So we'll go over that when we get into any COD talk or news, whatever we got. But I am getting ready for a very, very busy work season. Like I've told you guys before, I'm trying to get the evaluation of my company up, the earning potential, so that I could sell it and sit around and play video games. So I have a tough year ahead of me the rest of the year to make as much as possible, because I'm a capitalist. I like money. But other than that, everything's good. So let's go ahead and move on here. I wanted a couple of shout outs. One on Twitter is I_crossbones_I. Sent us a little bit of feedback. It was I would say constructive, but we appreciate that from him. He said we were a little quiet and dull, which is, he just started listening to the last couple episodes where, everybody's been sick and we've been trying to sling some stuff together because of travel and whatnot. But we appreciate his feedback. Also, too, once again want to give a big shout out to Matt. Matt sent us a question. Just so you guys know, Matt is playing Bloodborne, and he's working on getting us a review for the website. So, if you guys want to write or you want to be a part of the show, like we said before, Matt was just a listener that found us, started talking to us, and he's become a contributing, part of our group here. So we appreciate Matt. So he's False Crack Medevac on PSN. The question for the show today from Matt is, what game do you think has the best universe? And no picking some game like Battlefront because it's based already in a pre-established one. His pick, Matt's, is Destiny. Now, I know the way the story is told in the game sucks, but the universe itself takes place the place is amazing. If you take the time to read the Gilmore cards and dig deeper into the story, it's very impressive. Even the weapons have stories to them, which I didn't know. I'm going to actually spend some time reading this stuff. So he says, check out the Gilmore cards about the hand cannon, The Last Word. And he links a YouTube video, which we'll put up on Twitter as an example. So the question is, what game has the best universe in your opinion? I've got mine. Juan's priority has his because he read the email. So, Juan, why don't you go first, give the other guys a chance to think about it.
Right, I think L.A. Noire was my favorite, but it's based in the 20s, so it's kind of like real, so I don't know if it counts. Because on that game, you can actually go to a street. Like, if you live in L.A., you can find where your house is and what it looked like in the 20s. That's how accurate they are.
Yeah, it was the same thing with GTA, isn't it, pretty much?
No, it's more accurate.
Oh, so it's really like...
Yeah,
well,
it's like it's exactly what it looked like in the 20s.
I'm going to check that out.
If I can't choose that, then I have to choose like a made-up world. I don't know, Mario. Everybody gets along, and I don't know. Fucking the villain is like stops and races with you and shit.
Yeah. My favorite, of course, is probably the Telltale Games Game of Thrones, but I know it's kind of pre-established already. If I had to pick any world, it would be the Game of Thrones world. But if I'm gonna move, just pick one, would probably be the GTA Online world because of, you can call in helicopters and cars and you just steal shit when you want and, do it and get away from the cops just by hiding under a bridge. So, sounds pretty fun to me. Destiny is also a really cool universe.
I don't want any universe where I can die, because I'm pretty much going to be the first out.
Also, too, Echo the Dolphins universe would be kind of awesome.
What?
You know what? Flower. That's my choice.
Oh, God. Just a
It
field.
is pretty there.
What about you guys?
I would say, personally, World of Warcraft.
I knew your fucking nerd ass was gonna say that.
Yeah, but
That's for sure.
But like, dude, the world has so much lore. Like, dude, there's so much lore with World of Warcraft and everything that's gone on in that world.
Years, I'm sure.
Well, the game's been, World of Warcraft's been out for 10 years, but even the old Warcraft games are tied in. Like, there's just so much lore. There's so much, like, there's different, like, universes within it, per se, and I mean, it has everything, different environments, all different environments. It's just really cool.
I didn't take what I'm sure that Joey's going to say. I was telling Juan that I'm not going to take it because of what Joey probably like it. What's yours, Joey?
Dude, it has to be Grand Theft Auto.
Really? I thought for sure you'd go Red Dead.
Oh, I didn't even think about Red Dead. Shit. Oh man, now it's a hard toss-up. I forgot about that game for a sec.
Yeah.
See now, Red Dead Redemption, you could do a bunch of shit, and do you remember playing it? You could literally ride your horse for like fucking 10 minutes to get to the next place.
Yeah. That's what's so cool about GTA Online is how it's so, you actually, have to go to the next place. You have to get there physically.
Dude, I'm going with Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I figured you would. It's a really cool universe.
That's like my all-time favorite game. Story mode, fucking amazing.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks,
it's like
Matt.
a Sergio Leone movie.
Thanks, Matt, for the great question, man. We appreciate it. So keep sending us in because you're the only one that does it. So we need you. We get a lot of criticism lately, but no questions. So, yeah, moving on here. Moving on to the news, guys. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 has been announced for later this year. It will go back to the style of the original games. It will also
awesome.
have an online mode. That is awesome. Yeah. I think it's cool.
I used to love the Tony Hawk games, like 1, 2, 3. Even Underground was fun, like the first one, because you got to have your own story and everything. But the old ones are the best.
What about the peripherals, like the boards? Is it going to be like that or like
no?
control?
It's old, like controller, like the original. It's gonna be sick.
Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition will come out in a month. It will release with improved frame rate, better textures, running at 1080p resolution. It will also have over a year's worth of DLC that's already been released and updates from the original PC version. It will also include Clover, the first female character. I'm actually extremely excited about this game because of the GTA Online heist.
I'm excited even more now that I know that all that stuff that already came out. I thought for sure they'd re-release it and make you pay for it, but they're not. So.
Anybody else? What about you guys? You guys interested in Payday 2, Jordan?
Dude, like I said, I've had it on PC for like 2 years now, so it's old news to me.
Yeah. Well, I could see that. I'm definitely interested. I like co-op games, especially like the heist co-op stuff. So I think that's going to be cool. Advanced Warfare, there was a gun released on Xbox, but we'll talk about it when we get it on PSN. So
I also, real quick before moving on to like games, did you guys hear that they're bringing back Guitar Hero and Rock Band?
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked for it.
Yeah, they announced that. They were talking about that a couple of months ago, and it was rumored. And yeah, actually, matter of fact, when we were in Best Buy yesterday, I seen the pre-order cards for it.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero Live.
Oh, really?
Yep, Guitar Hero Live.
I thought it was still rumors.
Nope, it's up. I see it. Guitar Hero Live and Rock Band 2015, I think it was called.
I preferred Guitar Hero over Rock Band. I didn't like the little squares and stuff that came with Rock Band.
I liked Rock Band. Rose and we used to play Rock Band like crazy, just in the living room, pounding. I'd play drums. She'd play, we played Guitar Hero too, so she always played the guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are always fun to get the whole family in. I'm definitely looking forward to it because we're revamping our bonus room, our TV room, and I've ordered a huge television. I can't wait till that stuff comes out. We all can just sit there and play that shit together. It's a good way to spend time with the family.
Yeah,
for sure.
Battlefront. Everybody's excited about Battlefront. One more thing about Black Ops. Vandahar says that domination will have halves. There won't be a time limit. First half ends at 100. Second half ends at 200, which is good. Yeah, that's an improvement from Black Ops 2.
Well, what's crazy is if nobody caps, domination just go on forever.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be people that'll be doing, the longest domination game ever, where they're playing in the same game, running around doing nothing, just killing each other for hours.
Yeah.
Battlefront. Moving on to Battlefront. Everybody's excited about Battlefront. A lot of news was popping out about it, but it's kind of slowed down. The DICE executive producer, Patrick Bach, has discussed Battlefront. He has stated there are no iron sights in Star Wars on the ordinary blasters. You have scopes on some rifles, but there are no iron sights. Apparently, you will be hip firing unless you have a scoped weapon. He also stated that there will not be classes or squads. In place of squads, there will be a partner system that gives both players the vision of the other on the UI, lets them spawn at the other's location, and gives them access to what the other player has unlocked. That's actually pretty cool. I like the idea of being able to see what you're doing, like in Battlefield, where you're going and shit, and spawning on you like that in a game like Star Wars. I think it's going to be cool. Yeah. This is basically going to be like, this is basically Battlefield 5 skinned with Star Wars, is what it seems like to me.
No, they said in the article that they want it to be totally different from their other games.
I bet it ends up looking the same.
It might look the same, but they're going to add stuff to make it feel different.
It's using the Unreal Engine, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to feel the same. Battlefront will launch with 12 maps, followed by 2 free maps in December. The 2 free maps in December, make sure you guys go pre-order Battlefront if you're interested in it, so that you can get the 2 free maps on the 8th of December rather than after the movie comes out. There were reports that the ATST, All-Terrain Scout Transport, would not be playable and would roam around controlled by AI, but earlier in the week, Star Wars confirmed that will be playable. So these people who like to just make rumors come up out of their ass.
Yeah, there's a lot of people angry about it.
Angry that you can play with it?
That you couldn't play it.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, that's like a Star Wars mainstay. Why would you... You couldn't make it. It's like saying that the lightsabers aren't going to be in the game anywhere, or Darth Vader won't be available. It's fucking Star Wars. So yeah, Battlefront is extremely exciting. What about you, Jordan? You excited to play Battlefront?
I'll probably look into it. When's it coming out?
17th of November.
I'll probably end up getting it, but it just, again, it'll suck, because you guys are all going to get it on console, and I'll have it on PC, and I'll be playing by myself.
Maybe by then, Travis will be a PC Master Race person.
Dude, you could all become PC Master Race folk.
Or
you still play with the controller.
How about one guy buys a PlayStation 4 rather than 3 guys buying PCs?
You all have PCs, though, already.
No, they don't. I'm the only one that has one.
What are they on right now?
A good one. No, but one that we can actually play games.
They're on $200 laptops. Well, man, speaking of which, I seen just got a straight hard on over this fucking Asus gaming laptop that they put out. I seen it at Best Buy.
My buddy just bought one.
Has an AMD FX series processor. It's got 23 DDR3 RAM in it, or 24. And the graphics card was a GTX 960, and it was it had what that thing Juan was telling me about, a Titan graphics card on top of it, and the processing power in this thing is like 4.2 gigahertz. Just a monster.
How much is it? 3K?
1200?
1200? There's no way.
Yeah, look it up.
Not if it had a Titan in it. And plus,
yeah, Titan.
A Titan alone is $1,000. The Titan graphics card alone is $1,000.
They have maybe I read it wrong with Titan, because Juan was telling me about somebody had a bunch of Titans.
Because you said it was a 980 and it's not going to have 2 different graphics cards in it. I
know it has an NVIDIA GeForce, so maybe I said it wrong.
Yeah, somebody on Twitch I watched, they got a new computer. They have 3 Titans in it.
Yeah, you can name him. I like that guy. You go ahead.
Lyric?
Yeah.
That dude should kill himself.
Why?
Rich douche.
He's sponsored by the
company.
You don't need 3 Titans to run anything.
He games daily. He's going to need that PC for years.
That's fine, but 3 Titans is just overkill. Try SLI? No.
4K ready.
That's dumb. No one would ever need that. And
you can see it. He has a picture, and it's like half the size of his table.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. I'm gel, but no one would ever need that. Dude, I run a 860, I think, and I can run everything at top graphics. A Titan would stomp everything for years. Try SLI is just stupid.
Jordan's just jealous because his EP-ness is fucking massive.
Oh, dude, like I said, I'm gel. Don't get me wrong. But that's just overkill. That's like me having 3 monitors for no reason, which I do. It's overkill. You don't need it.
Yeah, this is it right here. I'm sharing the screen too. It's the ROG G Series Ultimate Gaming Rig wherever you go. It's the GL771. just a beast, dude.
How good is gaming on a laptop, though?
These are just as strong, though. I mean, they're just as strong as.
I'd rather have a desktop.
Well, I would too, but this is just something that the technology is being, built so well that they can shove all the good shit into these laptops.
Yes and no. See, and that's on the Lost episode. That was a big discussion we had. Like, you can game on a laptop, but like if you want, like, you're never going to get the same performance as a desktop. And if you do get close, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's because the technology.
$6,000 laptops.
Yeah, it's super expensive if you want a really nice gaming laptop. It's way more expensive.
Well, I mean, that one right there will play anything at 1080p, 60 frames a second.
Oh, sure.
So I don't see a reason for anything more than that. I like the laptop just because I like the power. I mean, I'm going to have a gaming PC whether I ever game on it or not from now on, just because I want the power, the ability to do whatever.
You got to try so many different games. I think you'll end up liking it a lot.
Yeah, dude, you should get Killing Floor 2 and play with me.
Yeah, if you play with me first. So, Destiny, Juan, what do we got going there?
Well, the House of Wolves releases on the 19th, and they said it will release sometime after 10 a.m. I don't know why it's not midnight. But the way they do their stuff, it's like on the servers. Remember last time? What was the other one? Dark Below? Yeah. It was like such a small little patch, and then we got everything.
Because everything was already in the game.
Yeah. And the patch that they've been talking about forever is going to come out on May 12th.
I talked to a fellow PC gamer of mine who played MMOs with me, and he plays Destiny on his Xbox. And, he was telling me about it, because I asked him, what he thought about it. He's like, oh, dude, he's like, it's super fun. He's like, it's a little repetitive, but he's like, it's still super fun. So, I mean, that's from somebody who's played WoW with me and played Guild Wars and played other games. So he says it's a little repetitive, but not, I don't know, not to the point that a lot of people think it's retarded repetitive.
Well, here's the thing, too. Destiny this is just the infrastructure for, like, the next few years that they laid the groundwork for. When they released the game, the first two expansions. I mean, the first expansion hit 2 months after it came out.
Yeah,
I mean,
shit.
Yeah, and it wasn't very good. But they were just using it to, I'm telling you, my opinion is this is all just groundwork for something that's going to be really good in the next couple of years.
You know what I think? I think Destiny 1 means Destiny 2 is going to be really good. That's what I think.
Well, I don't think they're going to release Destiny 2. Maybe, maybe Christmas 2017, maybe Christmas 2016. But, I mean, they're going to have a huge expansion in September. And I think it's going to really start showing what they built this game around. They're going to start adding tons of content to it. Because the season pass that I bought with the game only covers House of Wolves and the last one. So, everybody has to purchase DLC from now on, any expansions after.
They'll probably have another season pass.
Here's a question for you guys. Does DLC keep you coming back to a game?
Yeah.
Because to me, like Payday 2. When Payday 2 came out, I played it a lot, for a good couple months, and then I got bored. And then there's been so much that's come out since, the year and a half ago I quit playing. But I'm like, I played it, I played a lot of it. Yeah, there's some new stuff, but it's still the same. Like, it doesn't draw me in. Does that stuff draw you guys in?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the game.
Yeah.
I liked the game enough. I liked it enough when it first came out.
Yeah, we really enjoyed Dying Light. At least I did. I know Juan did. Yeah. And we're waiting for the big. It's going to have its final piece of season pass DLC hit, and I'm kind of excited to go back to it and play everything that's came out on the DLC. So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely Destiny is. We're playing Destiny again to kind of I'm getting ready for, the House of Wolves to come out.
We got to thank Matt for carrying us.
Yeah, Matt actually took us through and got us through a weekly that you and I died like fucking. We died like I don't know 10 times trying to do it because it was level 30 and I was 26, you were 27, or I was 27, you were 28, something like that.
Yeah. And
we just couldn't get through it, but he came in and we just sat back and he took care of it, so it worked out good for us.
He carried us through the Nightfall too.
Yeah. So I mean. It's great to to answer your question, definitely go back. Like, the reason I played Call of Duty 10 matches of Call of Duty was to play some of the new maps that had come out with the new grapple ability, so that I could talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, DLC pulls me back, and definitely on a game that I like. I mean, Battlefield. As Battlefield gets more DLC, I'll always go back and play it, no matter what I'm playing. So
I mean, I guess I answer my own question because I mean I do the same thing with Blizzard games like Diablo 3. Like I won't play it forever, but once like a new expansion or something comes out, then I'll go back. But most of the time I find like, dude, I play a game out and then just new stuff comes out and I'm like, I don't really care. I played it.
yeah. So, what do you think, Juan, with the House of Wolves' new exotic weapons?
Yeah, I was wondering what they're going to do with them. And apparently they're going to drop in the older raids, because House of Wolves isn't going to have raids.
Which I'm kind of excited about, because I'm sick of hearing about doing this raid, do this raid, do this raid. I don't...
The whole game is about you. Like, the thing you hate about the game is what everybody loves.
Well,
and by the way, the reason I brought up that question is because you're saying that Destiny is laying the framework for what it should be eventually.
Yeah.
So I guess my point is, like, do you think it's a good idea for them to make the game, I mean, I'll just use the term bland for now until they build it up to what it's supposed to be? Like, do you think the older people are going to come back? Do you think they're going to care? They're going to be like, dude, this game was repetitive and boring and I'm so over it.
No, I don't think it's bland to start with. I think that the game was so fucking addicting to everybody that people put, 100 hours into it before the first expansion dropped. I mean, Juan put some time into it when it first came out. Like, I didn't have time to play it because I just felt like I was left behind because there was so much that people were playing and getting so high on the, rank. So
what's funny about Destiny is they add stuff in a patch and then see how it works, and if it doesn't work out, they remove it and stuff. It's like a AAA early access title.
Well, that's Bungie, and I'll never chastise Bungie for going through and removing and adding content to make the game better. I mean, they've already made their money. You know what I mean? They haven't sold anything yet. I don't even think you can buy anything for Destiny right now. So, but yet they still continue to support the title. So, I mean, I'm not going to blame them at all for that.
And also adding a new weapon.
Yeah, when I went to Bungie to see what they were doing, their control center is like one of the coolest places I've ever seen. There's literally like 30 people sitting there watching screens of people playing the game live to see how things are working. I mean, I believe Bungie's really trying to make this as good as it can be. What was you saying about the new weapon, Juan? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they added a new weapon type called the sidearm, which people wanted the hand cannon to be sidearm. But it's still primary. A sidearm is going to be like a machine pistol. At least the one they showed. I don't know if there'll be different types of sidearms.
So you'll be able to carry 4 weapons?
I have no idea.
Or is it going to take place of your sniper rifle /
Yeah, I think it might take place of your sniper rifle.
Yeah. I could see for like the Crucible where that would come into.
I would like to have like a hand cannon and my sidearm at the same time and just fucking
destroy people with single shots.
Yeah. Go on Crucible and.
Do you guys play the PvP much in Destiny?
No.
I hate it.
Really?
It's not.
I remember that was one of the biggest draws of it was the PvP, and I remember watching videos and it looked kind of fun.
It can be, but it wasn't very
balanced.
I hate it
to start.
No, it's not balanced at all. They're still working.
The problem is with Destiny is that in the PvP you show up on the map no matter what. And a lot of people have no problem sitting in corners waiting for you to show up on the map and just blowing you away because they don't. If you're not moving, you don't show up on the map at all. If you're not firing, you're not moving. You're sitting still, you don't show up. And there's no way to make those people show up in the beginning. That's why it was so hard.
It's still like that. It's just there's going to be one game mode on this patch that doesn't have it.
But some people love it. They love playing the Iron Banner events because most of the time with Crucible, your gear, your armor, and your weapons don't matter. Everybody's on an even playing field. But when they have the Iron Banner events, everything that you've earned gives you an advantage. So, I mean, they're trying to be as, friendly to everybody and make a high replayability as much as they can. So I don't want to fault them for that.
Yeah, I had 4 issues with the PvP, and they only fixed one so far. The one they fixed was the heavy ammo. There was just a lot of it, and people camping it. They fixed that. But the secondary ammo, people can just run around with a shotgun or what's the pulse rifle or whatever it is. What is it? Fusion rifle.
Yeah.
And that's like one-shot kills. So I didn't like that, and they haven't fixed that. I didn't like the movement side to side when you're running. It's so sluggish when you want to turn to the left.
Like when you're strafing, or?
Yeah, no, like when you're running and you want to look left. If you're still running, it takes forever to look left. I guess it's just their movement, and that's just the way it is.
It's not your controller's sensitivity or anything? It's just how, that's how it's
you can
made?
actually feel it. Look, it feels sluggish. And if you're just walking, you can turn real quick. So it's just what they did. And then the jumping, I had issues with it. But after playing COD, the jumping is so good now on Destiny.
So let's get through the hardline news.
No, not much news. Just they leaked a little bit of info on the first DLC. It's going to come out summer this year. It's supposed to have 4 maps. 2 of them are night maps, which I thought was pretty cool. And one of the maps is going to take place in like an urban environment based off like a California, Florida area. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, actually.
Other than that, though, there's ain't shit.
Well, there's new cars.
Oh yeah, there's supposed to be some new vehicles, and did they say weapons too? I think I read somewhere that there's.
They haven't
announced it yet.
But they said that the maps are gonna be more destructible on the DLC.
Yeah, and there's more content to be announced. So I mean, there's got to be more weapons. They've got to get some weapons in this game.
They gotta have weapons, and the maps had to be fucking destructible, like on Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2. It's like.
Yeah, I'm with you too, Juan. And I wasn't with you as much when we first started saying that, but I've noticed too, like on Dust Bowl, that hotel should be able to be leveled to where, because it is just a sniper infested fucking armpit of the map. And it's right in the middle. It's elevated. It gives them line of sight to A, B, C, D. I mean, they've got. We should be able to, all of us, get together, pull out our noob tubes, and just level that building. It's a little junky crack hotel. It should be able to level easy. You know what I mean? And so all these snipers get in there, and as you spawn, they've got way too many lines of sight. So they definitely got to be able to. That's the way to counteract snipers. You know, when you have a place where snipers like to go lay on top of buildings and shit, you just bring that bitch down.
And it's one of the things that's expected in a Battlefield game, and it just doesn't have it. It pisses me off.
It's like they put all the levolution in the block, because the block you can bring to a fucking pile of rubble, nothing left.
And it's tiny though. It feels like it's like, I don't know, like they didn't want to put the effort in or something, because they could have easily done it, but they didn't.
I think they were trying to differentiate themselves a little bit, make this more of a, this is the map, you know, this is the paintball arena, this is what you have to use.
But it's weird that, like, you can't go into a game and there's a couple things that it's known for, and they're like, no, it's not in there.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
I hear you. So let's go ahead and move on a few things. Just so you guys know, next week, this week I was looking for Project Cars in the PSN store. If you noticed, it's not there. That's because apparently it was delayed to the 12th for most people. It was
really?
Yeah, because if you go to IGN or Amazon, the release date for Project Cars is the 12th.
Oh, wow. It came out on PC already. I've watched people on Twitch.
Yeah, and a lot of other people have. May 6th is when it came out, but right now it's at May 12th to be released. So that's Tuesday. If you're interested in Project Cars, so check it out there. Also,
well, when people I watch on Twitch, I watch multiple people, and they all did it the day it came out, and then the next day none of them streamed it. So I don't know what that means for the game.
Yeah. So, you know, keep your eyes out for that if you're interested in that game. I have a few deals I caught up for you guys. One that I thought it was really cool that I came across. You can get a PS4 Last of Us bundle for $279. There's kind of a weird way you have to do it. What's that?
I said
Jordan
where?
said where. He
Oh,
wants it.
you sounded like Buckman for a second. PS4, like I said, bundle $279. So here's what you got to do to get it. It's through Groupon. You need to go to a Kroger-owned store, which most people know that's Kroger, QFC, Fred Meyer's, just a Kroger family grocery store.
So like nowhere in California.
No, California has it.
I've never seen it.
Well, no, there's other stores. Just look online, go to Kroger grocery stores, and then you'll see the list of different stores they have. Go in there, go to their gift card mall. They have Groupon coupons, right? Buy $50 worth of Groupon coupons, you get $15 off. So basically, $50 worth of Groupon for $35. In order to do that, you have to have the code everybody puts in, their phone number at grocery stores now to save money. You have to have 7 different ones of those because you only can have one of them. So just go online and register. It takes less than a minute to do each. Go in there, get 7 of those. So once you do that, you end up with $250 worth, or $350 worth of $350 worth of Groupon gift cards that you can use to buy the PlayStation from Groupon. So just go check it out. Basically the deal is $50 worth of Groupon gift cards for $35. Buy it 7 times, and you have enough money to buy the PS4, and you end up paying $279.
Too much
like
work, do not want.
Yeah, it's like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, no shit.
It could, yeah, it's definitely some work, and I linked it on our Twitter, so go to our at PTFO Pod, and you'll see the way to get it. I've seen it through Slick Deals, so it's a good way. If you want to do the work, you can save yourself $100.
Yeah.
Travis on the next episode of Extreme Couponing.
Yeah, no shit.
So, yeah, one more thing I've seen, Humble Bundles having their big spring sale. Check them out, multi-titles for PC. If you pre-order The Witcher, Elder Scrolls, or Batman from Dell, you get a $15 gift card. Also, I have a bunch of PS4 stuff. You can get, like I told you, you can get the Last of Us bundle at Best Buy and a free copy of Destiny at Best Buy for the PS4 bundle for $379. Best Buy Gamers Club, you're getting 20% off of everything, which brings most games down to $40 right now. You can get Hardline for $40 at Amazon. You can get Far Cry for $40 at Target. You can get The Order for $40. Diablo Ultimate Edition for $30 at Amazon. GTA $50 at Amazon. Evolve is $40 at Amazon. Advanced Warfare is $37 at Amazon. Dying Light's $40. Dragon Age $40. So really good deals right now for about anything you want. Go check out GameSpot. Go check out their deals page. They've always got a bunch of good stuff.
Humble Bundles having a bunch of deals.
Yeah, that's what
spring sale.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They've got some stuff cheap, anywhere from like $1 to anywhere for good games.
And it's for charity. Like I think it's 15% goes to charity.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Also, too, if you're a PC gamer and you like EA titles, Origin 25 gets you 25% off. The code ORGIN 25 gets 25% off anything on the Origin store. If you buy a GTX 980 to a 970 graphics card, you get Batman, Arkham City, and Battlefield Hardline for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can play Hardline with Jordan if you got it.
Dude, you could.
So, that's what I'm looking to see if I can get it, if I want to get it. So, there's a lot of good deals out there right now, guys. Everybody's kind of spring cleaning everything and, getting rid of all their stuff. So, anything else you guys have seen? Any good deals?
No,
good products?
not really.
I already mentioned Humble Bundle.
Okay, so I'm going to go over, have a little discussion on the replayability of games here. So what are you guys right now, Jordan, what is the game that you're playing the most, has the highest replayability for you?
Oof. I mean, honestly, like I said, so Guild Wars 2 came out a little over 2 years ago. I played it pretty hard for a long time. I quit for a good while. Now I'm back there because they're announcing an expansion, I think, at some time this year. So I'm just kind of.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but is this PvP stuff?
Guild Wars 2 has PvP.
Is that how you play it, or?
No, like it's basically like it's not World of Warcraft, but it's it's not on MMO. You have your character, you quest, you gain levels, but there's a big section of it like there's PvP. Like the game is called Guild Wars. I know it sounds like an all PvP game, but it's not. So like I said, the expansion's coming out, so I'm just coming back. I'm actually right now all I've really been doing is PvP.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Is I want us to discuss the ability for a person to leave a game and go back to play it when it's a PvP system, multiplayer, competitive multiplayer. Hence the fact that Juan and I went back and played Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare when we haven't really been playing it for a few months, and how hard it is to be competitive when you haven't been playing the game. So do you see on PC having trouble being competitive?
No, because there's always new bads coming to the game, and also that's not true. You would hope that there's good matchmaking, that you're pitted against people of your own skills, so you should still be in the same bracket you always were. But like I said, dude, there's always new bads coming to games who people have no idea what they're doing, and then you just stomp on them and you win.
Yeah. Well, I must be the old bad. So, what's your thoughts, Joey? Even though, I guess for you it's not really a big deal, right? Because you kind of stick with your one game and then that's it.
Indeed, because it's always changing. Like, it's not like repetitive shit.
Yeah, I usually, when I first started gaming, that's all I did. I played Call of Duty every night. Juan and I and like 6 other dudes, we played Call of Duty every night for 4 or 5 hours a night.
But you would always jump ship to the new one, though. You'd never go back to the older one, right?
Very minimally. I'd go back and play a little here and there. But yeah, definitely majority time was spent right to the next one. So I guess the thing is, just to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about here, I did a little experiment Juan and I did. We went and played Call of Duty after not playing it for a couple of months. And I wanted to see if we were able to stay somewhat competitive. And one thing I found is maps that I had played before, like the older maps of the game, I did better in because I knew it. And then even maps that had only been out for a couple of weeks, I kind of did regular. My baseline was there too. So just to give you guys an idea, my first game in, I went 7-21 using the ASM-1, which is, my baseline is usually a 1 KD for me from right now. So this is like a 0.3 KD. It was really bad the first game. Second game, I went 12-20 with the ASM-1, playing TDM on core. Third game, I felt I was getting a little bit better. I was playing Dom on Detroit, which is an older map. Went 18-28. We lost that game. 4 Solar went 6-12. We kind of got dropped into a bad game there. 5, I felt myself starting to get the handle again, playing the Havoc DLC, playing a TDM. My first game using the AK-12, I went 17-12. So new map using the AK-12, I started doing better. And one thing too is we didn't just stay in the same lobby. Each game we got a new lobby, so new players. Game 6, 16-8 on Urban TDM. Game 7 on Sideshow, the Clown map TDM, 14-17. Game 8, playing on Urban Hardpoint, which is just a spawn-killing cesspool on that map. Using the ASM-1, I went 17-24. Game 9 on playing Domination on Riot, I went 24-14 using the ASM-1. Game 10 on Kill Confirmed, playing or on Drift, playing Kill Confirmed, I went 26-19. There was a couple of games in there that I didn't write down that I did really, really bad, but there was a connection issue that was just I couldn't get past it.
Yeah, lag rage. Blame it on lag, dude. It's the controller's fault too, right?
The last 2 matches the next day too, right?
Yeah, and they were really bad. Like this connection, I couldn't get a hit marker to save my life, and it was actually, I think this was the second game. We stayed in the same lobby, and I just went like 24-14, and then I ended up going like 8-30 something. I mean, it went so bad, the connection. Might have something to do with the fact I was downloading Titanfall in the background, but who knows?
Now, what was the last game before Advanced Warfare?
Ghost. What,
Does
Call
anyone
of Duty?
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, Ghost has a ton of players right now still because of people who don't like the Exos.
Okay.
Call of Duty games always keep about 100,000 people playing on them at all times.
Which one came before Ghost?
Before Black Ops 2.
No, because Black Ops, isn't that kind of a different series, sort of?
No. Well, there's 3 series right now. There's Black Ops, there's Advanced Warfare series, and there's the Ghost series, which is the Infinity Ward, which is the Modern Warfare series.
Okay.
So,
because I still have Modern Warfare 3. That's the only one I really played. Does anyone play that anymore?
Yes. Those games are always being filled with people.
Really?
They love playing it. They get stuck on it. They're so good at it.
That was always my thing with these shooters was a new one comes out every year. So it's you buy one, $60, buy all your DLC, and then boom, drop it again because we released a new game the next year. And that's what we're talking about replayability. I'm like, does anyone even play the old ones that they spent all that money on? To a year later, just do it all over again. Does anyone play the old one?
I always say Call of Duty's like the guy, some people that play Call of Duty are like the guy in high school who peaked in high school. He has his Letterman jacket, and he's 30 years old. He still wears his varsity Letterman jacket, drives the same car, has the same haircut. Those are like how Call of Duty people are with certain games. You get a guy who plays Black Ops 2 and just destroys everybody on it, and just a boss on it. And then, Ghost comes out, the time to kill is a lot faster, the movement's a little different, and he doesn't like it. He goes right back to Black Ops 2, stays there. And then you have a guy who comes to Advanced Warfare and is just awesome at it. When Black Ops 3 comes out, he may not go play Black Ops 3 for very long. He'll just go back to Advanced Warfare because he likes the Exos.
Go back and play with that one other guy.
Yeah,
does the competitive scene stay alive though? Does anyone care that people are still playing Ghost? That are good at Ghost? Does anyone really care?
Well, the so-called esports isn't using those games right now. I mean, they move on to the next game because of the money.
Right.
But there's people playing it, hundreds of thousands of people.
I don't care that there's people playing Advanced Warfare, so I don't know what that says about that game.
Guess that makes sense. You don't like it, you don't like it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about these games is and when a person gets really good at it, they don't want to stop. Yeah. So, in 2012, there was 800,000 people playing Black Ops 2 on Xbox Live alone at any given time. Today, on Xbox Live, there's still over 200,000 people at any given time playing Black Ops 2.
Well, that's the one. That game is, for some reason, staying alive longer than...
Yeah, Black Ops 2 is a fan favorite. It's everybody loves it. Also, right now, there's 50 to 100K playing Ghost. There's over 4 million playing Advanced Warfare at any given time with all consoles combined. So yeah, there's always people playing, always. And Call of Duty is one of those games I could take my PlayStation 3 right now and pull out Modern Warfare, the first one, pop it in, and go into a multiplayer server and play. There will be people in there. It'll be hacked all to shit, and people turn your screen funny colors, but there's always people there because the games go on sale. People pick them up cheap, and they have a game to play. So yeah, they stay alive, especially CODs. But let's go ahead and move on to our discussion. As you guys know, we've been skipping our Game of Thrones talk because of the leak. Now that the leaked episodes are all done, we can go ahead and discuss the series up to the first 4 episodes. So right now, I'm really enjoying the way the series is going. I don't know about you guys, but I'm liking the fact that we're really going to see the dragon princess, queen, whatever, really start to get more. I wanted her to get her ass over to Westeros, shake them titties a little bit, and start killing people.
You want her to actually do something.
Yes. Stop
She ain't gonna do anything.
Well, they've caught up to the books, so George R. R. Martin needs to write something before he dies, because...
Well, what I heard was that George R. R. Martin, like, he already talked to the people who make the show, and he's told them everything. Like, so if he does die before the books are done, the people at HBO know the end already. They know how the books are going to end. They know everything, so they can keep the show going.
Well, I think he's in his 60s, but he's got real bad health. I mean, it's really a concern that he's going to die before he finishes the books. And also the shows have said they're going in a different direction. It's not,
See, I've heard mixed things, because I heard that, but I also heard that they're continuing on. Like I said, that George R. R. Martin did tell them everything that's going to happen in case he doesn't get to finish it. He can finish the show. So supposedly, after hearing that original thing, I heard that they are still going with the books.
He looks like an old-timey guy. Like,
what are you trying to say?
I don't know. He looks like old-timey, like 20s. Like, whenever I've seen him, he looks old-fashioned.
He looks like Gallagher to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but what's been going on? It's been a long time since a week ago when we saw the 4th episode. So
yeah. Well,
what exactly happened?
Let's just start off with the 4th episode. At the end, last thing I remember seeing is you got Grey Worm and what's his name?
Sir Lancelot. Who cares?
The
old beard guy.
Yeah, is laying there dying from the people in the yellow masks. So, I'm still not sure. Are these revolters within Marine, are they slaves who still want to be slaves, or are they hired guns that the masters are paying to cause problems?
Probably the latter.
Yeah, I'm wondering. See how it's gonna. I'm excited to find out what's going to happen with it.
Nobody wants to still be a slave, so it's got to be either masters or hired swords. What were they called? What is that group called? The
Can't remember.
Silent Sons.
Yeah, no, that's the people that she hired, the Second Sons.
What are they?
I forget what they're called. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see her do something, and get something going here. She needs to. I think this is just setting everything up for her to leave Marine, for her to realize it's time to go, and it's time to go and move on to the next shit. You know what I mean? And actually do what she says she's going to do. I'm excited to see Tyrion go talk to her and see what he can come up with. Those two together probably could do some real damage.
If she doesn't
kill him. I want to see what Jon Snow does.
Jon Snow.
He's a badass.
Why did you say he was a badass before? Why? I didn't understand.
He chopped that dude's head off.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, sorry, and then fuck it. You're dead.
That's his
job.
He's
like, please, no, please. And then he's like, slash chop.
So what would you have done if the guy who's supposedly the king, the rightful heir to the throne, being, what's his name?
Jon Snow should have went, dude. He should have joined him and went south.
But he's giving up what he's promised to do. Like,
yeah,
his
but
word is worth nothing at the point.
Yeah, but he wasn't supposed to have sex under the Night's Watch oath, and he did, so...
Would you not have banged a redhead?
That's not the point. It's that he already threw his oath off. He threw his oath off. He was hanging out with the wildlings. Like, he kind of,
cigarettes behind the barn. And
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was like an undercover cop, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Granted, yeah, he did just get voted to be the guy. But still, he could have totally went south and not been a Night's Watch guy anymore.
Me being a bastard, I'd have been like, yeah.
Yeah, because he'd have got his name, and he'd have got right to the north. He should have went.
That must be like a new life. If the king says you can leave. The thing is, though, if that Baratheon, if he doesn't win the throne, you know what I mean? John's getting his head cut off. That's all.
He went the safe route.
Yeah, it seems like that's what he's doing, is going the safe route. You know what I mean? Which doesn't seem in character for him. I mean, they're trying to put it off as he's being, noble, but
he could have been Jon Stark.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, You know, I wouldn't be able to sit there and know that my home has been invaded and, you know, the people I'm sworn to protect are just there. My dad's head's been cut off. My brother, who was the king of the north, has gotten his, you know, chest all ripped open and killed, and his wife was killed. And, you know, I wouldn't be able to sit there. I'd have been like him, be like, all right, I bend a knee. I might as well get in this fight because either way, you know, I got a little skin in the game.
But he's the Lord Commander now. That's a pretty big honor.
Yeah.
Being the Lord Commander of a bunch of celibate fucking criminals, convicts,
Yeah.
that sounds great.
I mean, but he's in a position of power. But then again, I don't know. So that's what Stannis offered him too. Was
He offered him to
Warden of
be
the North.
a lord. I mean, the king of the North, basically, all over again. And I really wanted to see, Ned Stark's oldest son. God, I forget his name. Who got killed in the Red Wedding?
Rob
Yeah,
Stark.
I really wanted to see him get to the throne. I just seemed like he'd be. That's the thing about Game of Thrones. They got these great characters, and they just kill those some bitches so easy.
I've
They
heard
don't
some
give a
crazy
shit.
things are going to happen, though. Like, I guess I can't really say anything because I guess it's all spoilers. Like, I just would look stuff up. But somebody's coming back, I thought. Somebody is getting zombified later on.
What do you think up with the sparrows?
The sparrows? What do you mean?
Yeah, that like crazy like cult.
Oh, yeah, the cult thing going on in King's Landing.
Oh,
I heard
yeah,
some
yeah.
fun stuff's going to happen with that, too. With the
Well,
Queen. I heard
this
some...
pussy king that they got at Westeros needs to, like, man up and realize he's the boss, dude.
He's a little kid. He don't know.
But
Tommen.
he's like
Where
15.
the fuck is Joey?
I'm right here.
He's like 15. I know the only sound we ever get from Joey is his clicking of his fucking controller when we're doing the podcast.
I'm listening. I'm just waiting to say something.
But, you know, they do that to where, you know, he's like 15 years old. He's sitting on the steps, and they're like, dude, if you want to get up there and do what you want to do, we'll just cut these fuckers down. If I was king, I'd be like, dude, move or it's going to be one bloody fucking mess because I'm going where I want to go. And
But
I'm
he's
doing
trying
what
not
I'm
to be
gonna
a
do.
dick like his brother was.
No, I don't think
You
he's trying
know?
to not be a dick. He's a puss.
Well, yeah, that too.
And he needs to realize that, yeah, you don't just get to lay around, eat, and fuck this pretty woman all the time. You know, and it's like, I think he's kind of, like, slow from being from incest or something. Because,
Well, yeah, for sure.
like, he's just now, he acts like the only poon he can get is from his wife. Dude, he's king. He's supposed to have mistresses, and, you know what I mean? So,
Well, he's not supposed to, but he can.
no, kings are supposed to carry mistresses. They were living in the castle.
That's why the Queen was all pissed off all the time, because Robert was banging everyone else.
Well, I wouldn't want to bang that nasty hoe either. That's Juan. He loves that bitch.
Cersei?
Yeah. That's his girl, man.
And I can't wait for that bitch to die.
I don't think Cersei's going to be dying anytime soon.
Well, I don't see why not. If they kill Ned Stark so damn quick, and they kill
You know what-
Rob, and
You know what's funny? When I first watched the show, it was already, I think, 2 seasons in at least. And I was watching it, and I thought Ned was like the main character of the whole thing, because I was completely ignorant to Game of Thrones and how anything works. So I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this Ned dude's pretty cool. He's the main character. And he got his head cut off, and I was like, wait, what? Is the
that's
show
what
over?
happened to everybody, dude, when we were watching it. I remember watching him cut his head off, and I used to think, are they really going to cancel this shit?
Yeah, I was like, is
No
that
way.
it? I had no idea the formula. I was pretty
So
upset.
I started reading the books after I started getting some characters, you know, that I could relate to. And I was like, oh, thank God, thank God, thank God. I was like, oh, man, I was fucking distraught when they cut his head off.
Yeah, I was like,
Like,
wait,
that's
what?
That's it? No more? So, yeah, Game of Thrones tonight on HBO, guys. You know, check it out. Is there any new shows coming out you guys are excited about? There's a new show with The Rock coming out on HBO I'm excited about. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, I saw that.
called Ballers in June.
Baller, I think.
Yeah. Looks like a good show. It's like an Entourage-esque kind of feel to it. Basically, I guess The Rock is a financial dude to the stars. So it looks like it's going to be a good show. Should look that up. The Rock, man, he'll do anything. You want to give him a check? That fool plays in anything. He wrestles.
He's not gonna do it good, but he's gonna do it.
He was in Pain and Gain. I thought he did it great.
Yeah, it's the only movie I've ever watched of his that I thought he did a good job on.
I think he did good in G.I. Joe too, but that's me. He fits the character perfectly. Also, too, he had a show that I watched that I forgot. He had like this reality show that he did fairly well. Like a competition show on TNT. Didn't last very long, but I don't know if The Rock just making money like crazy or he doesn't get paid that much and he just has to do a bunch of work. But I mean, he's like a A-list celebrity now. I mean, he's got to be getting $6-8 million a movie. I mean, I don't know, but he's doing HBO shows and he's doing network television shows and he's wrestling, and I guess he's just a driven dude that wants to make some dough. I don't know. What do you guys think?
He made pretty good money during Furious 7. Let me look it up real quick.
Maybe he just enjoys it and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he just wants to stay busy.
He wants to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, cause
even though I don't really like him, he, like most of his movies, he always seems to be having fun.
Yeah.
So it's something he likes.
I mean, right now it says The Rock's net worth is $150 million. He also tops the Forbes list of top grossing actors of 2013, with his films bringing in $1.3 billion. So, I mean, $150 million net worth. So he's making good money an episode, or making good money a movie. I mean, he's definitely. I'd like to find out what he makes per thing he does. Oh, I see right here. They got a couple of numbers here. So, Walking Tall, movie he made, $15 million. That was actually a really crappy movie too.
Yeah, and it was early in his career, wasn't it? Like his movie career.
This was 2013, I think. The Rundown, he made $12.5 million. The Scorpion King, he made $5.5 million. So he made $33 million in 2013 alone. So,
and that's not even his act either.
I mean, that's big money. So I mean, he's doing well, which is kind of cool. I mean, he must just be out there wanting to make it. You know what I mean?
I saw a clip on YouTube. He's like on some lip sync show, I think.
And not to discount what you said, Juan, but I was wondering what you guys thought about this. The Floyd Mayweather's fight earnings are projected to hit $280 million. Now,
I've heard nothing but dumb stuff about that fight.
Yeah, it was a bad fight. He came to win.
I didn't see it. I had no idea. I just heard it was dumb, and there's a lot of memes online about it now.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it for the fight of the century. The problem is it wasn't set up to be the fight of the century. It was just the two best fighters on the planet. So the big thing is like Floyd Mayweather is a defensive fighter. He's a mover, you know. He likes to, you know, he likes to counterpunch. That's how he makes his points. So he's not an exciting fighter. He doesn't throw haymakers. He doesn't knock people out.
But there's a lot of hugging.
Yes. Manny Pacquiao is aggression. Aggression. He's fast. He sticks. He moves. He hits. He gets very aggressive. That's how he got knocked out by Manuel Marquez. So Floyd Mayweather's not. He said he came to this fight to win. That's it. He came to win. And the way he was going to win against Manny Pacquiao was being defensively and outscoring him. That's exactly what he did. So because this fight went to the end there, it looks like most people paid $69 for the fight. You know, Floyd back in September fought Canelo Alvarez, and Floyd made about $75 million for that fight. You know, 41 up front, 34 on the back. But this fight, since it went the distance, it looks like that Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather are going to split $138,000 a second between the two of them for the fight. Every second of the fight, they're splitting $138,000 on the back end. That's not counting their $50 million they get up front.
Wow.
So from the fight, it was a 60-40 split too. after all the fees and everything, 40% of the gross goes away, with the net profits being, $477 million. Floyd Mayweather's going to make $286 million off this fight. Manny Pacquiao made $200 million off this fight.
Dang.
Holy shit.
Nobody liked it.
That was insane. So, $78,000 a second they made. So, anyway.
I know what I thought was funny was that Oscar De La Hoya went on Twitter and was like apologizing for the fight being crappy.
Well, it's going to be crappy. Those two were, like I said, they weren't the best two people to call the fight of the century. It just wasn't that good. They were two fighters that were mirrored for each other. Now, if you have two fighters like you have Timothy Bradley and Manny Pacquiao going at it, it was a half-decent fight. Or Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao, they're both aggressive fighters. That's why Canelo Alvarez is going to be the biggest. As soon as Mayweather's out, Canelo is going to be the biggest draw ever.
Didn't he get a knockout last night, I think?
Yeah, he's knocking everybody out. He fought Mayweather, and Mayweather just outpointed him. The best. You know who loved that fight the most in Las Vegas when Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather fought? Fucking Dana White from the UFC. He was sitting there just loving watching that shitty boxing match go on, thinking, my next pay-per-view is going to be $70 too, because at least with my shit, you're going to see 5 or 6 fights, and people are getting knocked the fuck out.
I think they need to bring back gladiator fights, personally.
What, like to the
I
death?
think people, yeah, dude. Yes.
Like let death row inmates fight? And
yeah, like no more dudes like hugging each other in their underwear and like putting their balls in each other's faces. Like, dude, just have people killing each other. That'd be way more entertaining. I'd watch.
In lines.
Yeah.
Like people that are like mentally sick, or not mentally, but physically sick, and
well,
like
it's all
it's
all by choice. No one's forced to fight.
I'd rather see like Running Man, that type of shit.
Where a bunch of people go out and hunt human beings.
Yeah, like
I'd do that, dude.
That movie.
If there was people like, yeah, I'm gonna die anyway. I've got fucking AIDS, or my fucking butthole's about to fall out, and
dude, he's like, you come out and he's just laying on the floor right there. This is not much of a hunt.
I'd be like, I'd go in with like tomahawks and fucking crossbows and shit, and then when I got sick of that shit, I'd have an AR on my back.
You'd be dressed like an Indian, got face paint on and everything.
Anyway, guys, got any rants, raves this week?
I do. If you're a parent and you let your kid play fucking video games, don't give them a fucking stupid ass screen name like Jihad fucking John or whatever the fuck it was.
What was it?
Fuck, I don't know, fucking something Jihad fucking.
It was something Jihad. I forget too. It's from that Team America movie. It's a statement in the movie. It was spelt differently. It was GEEHAD, but they of course were going for jihad.
Now, did this actually make news, or is this just something you guys saw?
No, something we came across.
And wait, did the kid say my dad made it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kids say a lot of things. He could have done it. Maybe didn't want to get in trouble.
No,
That means
no,
he's
nobody was
more
chastising
fucked
him.
up that a 10-year-old knows about it.
Yeah, nobody was like.
No, he wasn't being chastised. They just offered it up.
Asked him about it, and then he said, "Oh yeah, my dad made it." And then Joey.
It's just one of those things to where you just don't touch that stuff. Like I said, don't touch it.
He's playing a war game, though. He wanted to be on the bad side.
It's Destiny.
He was playing Destiny.
He's playing a war game. Is that not a game about war as well?
Yes, but like maybe he wants to be an alien. I could see that. And put on there he wants to be, hive master, or whatever. I mean, your name is your name. You can do what you want to do, but why do you have to go out of your way to insult people and touch on things that are extremely sensitive to most people? That as it doesn't, that shit blurs politic lines. It blurs religion lines. It blurs social, socioeconomic lines. It's just one of those things to where everybody can come together and say, yes, this is bad. There's nothing good about this whatsoever. So when you go and decide you want to take that and turn it into something funny, it's not funny. The laws, the whatever you want to say, the trolling aspect of it. I have no problem. You want to troll people, that's fine. But there's other ways to do it than bringing up, talking about the death of, American people and holy wars. And I mean, you got guys right now overseas, dealing with real life jihad, and you're fucking on a PlayStation fucking making words about it when there's no reason for it. You don't understand it. You have no responsibility to it.
I think you're taking it like way too serious and out of context, though, because people make rape jokes all the time. There's women out there getting raped, but it's still a thing. Like, it's a terrible thing, but people still make jokes. Like, it's just context.
And people may not like this. They may not like the way I feel about it, but I still don't even put one person getting raped on the same scale as a September 11th or
no, but my point standing that it's something that people still talk about all the time. It's still a bad thing, and to some people it's really offensive, but it's still a thing and it's still joked about.
But that's the thing, is you're blurring those lines of some people think it's bad, some people think abortion's bad, some people think gay marriage is bad, some people think that the economy, the way it's being run, the government spending's crazy bad.
Yeah, but
everybody has their point.
There's nothing good or bad about rape, though.
I think it's based on personal, like if
there's nothing good or bad about it.
Raped,
but
then you're gonna be more angry about it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand is, yes, if you've been raped, that seems like the worst thing in the world to you. But one thing that you'll never say, one thing that everybody can come together and understand, that this was one of the darkest moments in the world. In the lives of anybody who's been alive since that time, right? It's one of the most horrific terrorist acts ever. And one thing that it feeds off of is, yes, jihad is a holy word for a holy war, but the thing is the whole reason that this country understands that word is because of the acts of September 11th. And it all reverts back to that stuff. It's like the guy I told you with the emblem. There's just some things you don't touch. And this is one of those things, in my opinion, that you don't touch. I don't think you should touch it. I just think it's something that you should just leave it alone, get your laws and do your trolling and all that other shit off other stuff. You want to use rape, that's terrible too. But if that's what you're going to use, do what you got to do. But don't fucking touch this thing. It's one of those things, in my opinion, you shouldn't touch. No, it's up to you.
Wide-scale trolling. I honestly, I bet most people, the kid's name was just Jihad John, that was it?
No, it's fucking something jihad.
It's from that movie.
He might have not even known about it, and he's just fucking rocking this name because his dad.
No, he knew it was from the movie. Because when Travis said it was from that movie, he said you're the only person that's ever got that.
But it brings up a whole nother discussion. It's not just that kid's name. Like I said, I come across that emblem that time, and I went out of my way. Juan remembers. I went out of my way to contact everybody I could, take pictures of it, send video, anybody that would listen, to get this guy fucking banned. Because just the pure, unadulterated ignorance that was coming out of this was just. But
maybe he threw it up for Don't Forget. Maybe he threw it up as that reminder.
This wasn't a reminder.
How do you know?
It had words on it. I can't remember what it said, but I was making a joke out of it.
Yeah, it was two towers. One was burning. Another plane coming in with a fucking guy wearing a turban with a smiley face or some shit, talking about I'm coming to kill you, and this is September 11th, 2020, and it was all kinds of shit that he had on there. I remember it just made me sick to my stomach. I fucking about died.
I remember on Twitter you sent it, and then they're like, yeah, our office building could see the towers on that day or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah, I sent Twitter, and the Activision support was across the street from the towers. And they said that. Yeah, I remember he was like, our office was across the street when the towers fell. I watched them fall myself, so I understand how you feel.
I think it was across the river, actually.
Yeah, something like that, but they were very quickly. Usually when you report people, they never show you that they're gone. That was the first time I've had a company come back to me and prove to me that this guy was banned for life. He was console banned. His IP was banned and his console was banned. Because whatever this guy did was so over the top that they felt the need to ban him for life from all Blizzard Activision properties. So, I mean, it just shows you. And that guy who did that, I remember he was probably anywhere from 15 to 25. You know, he was speaking like a teenager, but yet, you know, he wasn't. He knew what he was doing, and it was just enough to whatever he was doing was so offensive that they were so quick to ban his ass and then make sure that they showed me that he was banned. Because they'll tell you, if you report somebody, they always say, we can't tell you what happens. That's confidential. But they made sure to show me that guy, they tweeted me or emailed me a piece of paper with all the letter they wrote him saying that this IP address is banned from all Activision. This console's been banned. You've been reported to PSN. Da, 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 da.
So you ruined a dude's console and ruined his chances of playing games all because you got butthurt over his tag.
I got butthurt over his tag.
So you know what? We win.
I mean, technically, sure. Yeah, you won. You got him banned. But seriously, over a little picture, though?
This wasn't a little picture. That's what you understand. I see little pictures all the time of stuff that's offensive. I just blow through it. No big deal. But, dude, you understand, Jordan. I don't overreact about things. I see this shit on fucking games all the time. You know what I mean? Just think about it from this perspective. Just think about it. It's hard to explain exactly what it looked like, but just think about it from this perspective. If it was enough for me to be so overwhelmed with fucking disgust for me to go through all these steps I did, if it was just a picture, I probably would have never seen that guy again. But it was so overwhelming and disgusting to me that I went through, like, for weeks I dealt with it. My own time to get rid of this stuff.
But it's over this dude's tag that he just sprayed on the wall.
No. It was an emblem that you have to look at every time they fucking kill you or see him in the lobbies. Or tons of people see this. It was so over the top that I've never done that before, and I went out of my way to fucking just do whatever I could to stop this guy because it was so disgusting, so disrespectful, and he shouldn't be allowed to do that. That's just
remove his tag.
Usually, when you have something offensive, they just block it where you can't make an emblem anymore.
Yeah,
they just they skip that and just ban them.
Yeah, so think about it. But think about it. How egregious did it have to be for them to do that to him? You know, they don't just ban people that make them money and fucking everything else just to ban.
But it's freedom of speech, though. I mean, they give you the ability to make. Now, like I said, hold on. Let me preface this. I don't think that, I'm not fucking agreeing that 9/11 was funny and blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying a dude drew a picture. Was it really that necessary to ban his console and ban his games over just a stupid little picture when they could have just as easily been like, hey, no more pictures for you if you're going to do that dumb shit?
Well, why do the community have to put up with one person who does shit like that?
But see, a person like me, I wouldn't take offense to it. I'd laugh. I'd be like, that's funny. You're an asshole. That's funny. That's it. Because that's what he's trying to do. It's just being an asshole.
But I would laugh at it too, but you're not understanding how fucking disgusting this was. It was like to the 10th degree. It's like if you would have had kids being raped. It's like on that fucking level.
I play PC games and like Gary's Mod and like Half-Life games and TF2. Like you can put whatever. Like, dude, there's porn on tags that people spray on walls. Like you can put whatever the fuck you want on PC. And I've seen just about everything. I just have thick skin. Nothing bothers me. I'm just like, oh, you're just being a dick. You know, whatever. Ha. You know, I don't think
most of the time I would be like that too, but this one instance in my years of gaming got to me. Really, like fucking over the top. Just this guy has no clue of how disgusting what he has on his fucking tag is. I mean, everything can be offensive to somebody, but one thing is, do not touch something like that. That's just the one thing you shouldn't touch. There's no reason to. There is absolutely no reason, even if you want to be a dick, if you want to laugh, you want to fucking troll, but do that shit. You have a free right to do that. But why do you have to touch that? Why go to that? You don't hear comedians, stand-up comedians making fun of that. You don't hear anybody saying anything bad about that. No, but fucking 16-year-old kid that has no idea what really happened on that day fucking making shit like that.
Oh, dude, he's not the only one, man. Trust.
I'm sure, but they should all be fucking adolescent too. And, you know, I'm sure he probably, either it was so egregious that they banned him, or he probably had problems in the past. And they were quick to just be like, you know, this fucking guy's not worth, he's a toxin to the community. Why should everybody else have to put up with him being a dumbass? That's what it all comes down to. It isn't freedom of speech. When you're going to use your freedom of speech to insult people, there's a big difference between that.
There's like agreement when you buy the game that you're not going to do shit like that.
Yeah, and you sign a contract when you're doing that shit that you won't do that stuff. You broke a contract.
And yeah, then he should be held liable for breaking the contract if you're going to put up offensive things. That's fine. But, I mean, I think it should have been the same punishment if his picture was a dick, you know, and people were like, that's not cool.
I disagree, and I understand where you're coming from, that it's, you know, freedom of speech, speech is speech, what you say is what you say. I get that. But this, to me, there's different levels. The only thing that could have been worse than that is if he had, like, kids being raped up there. That's the only thing that could have been worse. I mean, I can't think of anything worse.
Okay, I'm glad Juan's laughing too. I'm gonna go make my picture on Steam, kids getting raped, and I'm gonna go play some games.
Oh, see, that's too far.
But see, the thing is, dude, nobody on PC will give it any kind of shit.
Well, then you guys really need to get some fucking morals on PC, because that's disgusting. It's fucking terrible. These people died, babies burned to death, and you want to make fun of it? I would fucking knock every one of you guys' fucking mouth. I'd knock teeth out. That's all I could do. I'd be the biggest dick in the world and go around and just start fucking people over.
But like I said, you can put it for anything, though. Like I said, a woman, you know, people getting raped. Like, I know I keep going to this, and I can think of another example, but, you know, a woman getting raped, that's a fucking terrible thing. Everyone knows it's a bad thing. There's nothing good about rape, but there's plenty of rape jokes, plenty of things, and you show that to a woman who got raped, she'll knock your teeth out, and, you know, that's the worst thing ever to her.
Yeah,
but it's still acceptable.
But that is one, it's not acceptable, but that's one small group, right? People who have been raped. What I'm trying to get you to understand is this is a universal across all lines. Everybody has their special interest, right? I don't like this because of this happened to me. I don't like people who beat women, right? That's something I watched my mother get her ass beat her whole life. So a man who hits a woman is fucking scumbag to me. But that's me. That's my special interest.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, a personal experience. But on September 11th, everybody has a personal experience of that, even if no matter where they were.
Everyone in Afghanistan thought it was pretty funny, right?
What's
Maybe
that?
thought it was playing.
I know what I'm just saying is it's personal experience. Like, everybody has personal experience of that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
It's a line across the board that everybody, you know what I mean? This is something that no special interest. All the rape victims and domestic violence victims and people who were, you know, sexually abused, they all can get together in solidarity and say, yeah, our special interest thing sucks and it's the worst thing in the world to us, but one thing that we all can come together and say is that this event that happened on this day is fucking terrible. And
the people are still allowed to talk about it, though. I mean, people are still allowed to joke.
We're supposed to, but nobody jokes about it on a mainstream level. It's all somebody that wants to go and be different. It's not about joking about it. Who the fuck is somebody to joke about it when most people don't even know half of what really happened? The people that are talking about it don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's just when you realize.
But think about it, Jordan. What's the cost of it, man? What's the cost of being funny? I mean, shouldn't we always weigh the cost of what we're doing? I mean, with anything in life, isn't some things should be, you know, somewhat sacred and, you know, not to be used for shit that has no bearing on it?
Personally, I think anything can be joked about in the right manner.
But see, that's the thing. I don't. I have to disagree on that. I don't think that this is one thing that I don't think you should talk about. And you shouldn't joke about kids being raped. You shouldn't joke about, you know, kids being hurt. I can joke about a lot of shit. But I'll tell you one time when I was 22 years old, one of the only times I've ever hit a stranger, just flat out didn't give them warning and knocked their teeth out is when I heard a guy tell a really terrible joke about a kid in a bar one time. And he deserved it because the shit that was coming out of his mouth, he had no idea that the person I was sitting with was a victim of that. So he's sitting there talking about kids being hurt. That's why it's worth, at least he's doing it where he can't be anonymous. And if you want to say stuff like that, then put your name on it. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, but that's the glory of anonymity is.
But then don't talk about that.
But they're because they're anonymous.
Okay, so you want the right to free speech, you want the right to say whatever you want to say, but yet you don't want to stand behind it.
Of course not. That's what anonymity is.
But
I'm not saying it's strong. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that's the glory of it. You can say whatever you want. You can be as big an asshole as you want.
But you don't have to. But you don't have to be.
You don't have to deal with the consequences. You don't have to get punched in the face.
But why not be the shit that comes out of your mouth? Why don't you accept? If you think that it's your right to say it, then accept it. Right? Anything that comes out of my mouth, I am accountable for. And if I believe I have a right to say something, then accept it. If you're going to go and start talking about September 11th and jihad and all this other shit, then put your name behind it. Say, this is why I feel this way. But no, it's kids.
Because they don't feel that way. It's a joke.
But it's the internet age. Well, if it's just a joke, then put your name behind it. If it's no big deal, it's just for lulz, then put your name behind it. This is me. This is where I live. This is what I do.
You don't know where you live on the internet.
Well, not
because
where you live, but
people like you will invade.
Make them accountable.
Invade their rights and punch them in the face, which is assault. Like that's not legal.
Well,
but it is legal for them to make jokes.
But if I punch them in the face, I will accept the consequences for my actions. But you know what? It'd be worth it because they don't understand. Somebody needs to teach them because apparently their parents failed. That's the difference. I am not as liberal as you. I'll never be a tenth as liberal as you are. But we can have a discussion about it because it's just I don't see in a world where it's worth the laws just to say stuff like that. Why? What's the point?
Because why not?
Because why not? That's a terrible way to go through life.
I'm not, like I said, dude, I'm not defending it. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Well, you're the one
I'm
arguing
just
with
saying,
it, so I'm going to argue with you about it because you're defending it.
Yeah, because it's the internet. You can say what you want. Fine. People are going to have a problem with it, and if you're doing it as a joke, then you want people to have a problem with it. And
But why? I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm done with that. I believe it's wrong. You believe you have the right. We can agree to disagree. Now, the only thing I'm asking now is why? What's the point? Just for fun. Why is it fun? At the core base, why is it fun?
It's just like
you're getting angry. And
no, that's stupid. That's not why it's fun, because I'm getting angry because I want to defend something that's fucking wrong.
It's funny to them.
Yeah, it's funny to them. That's the point.
It's
funny to them and other people who are in on
right
it.
There. That's
it's not just this country though.
It's the world. Yeah, it's the internet. I mean, it's just that's why people go on YouTube videos and just say something ridiculous, and then people start getting mad and they just laugh at them. Because that's the only reason they did it. They went on there to say something stupid to make people mad, and it worked, and then they sit back and laugh.
YouTube video and saying whatever they want. At least their faces on it, and they're admitting to what they're putting their self.
Sort of, but I can go make a fake YouTube account right now of whatever I want.
And
I can go make a random.
Say whatever. But I'm saying if you want to, I don't really have a problem with somebody saying what they want to say because I do believe in our rights. I believe in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, but I think if you're going to say things that are going to be hurtful to people, you should have to be accountable for them. Now, if you're just saying you're a dick, you're an ass, I don't like black people, I don't like white people, I don't like homosexuals, I don't like this. Yeah, I get it. Everybody has their special interests they don't like. I get it. But, there has to be a line somewhere, right? Or it's just everything's fair game?
On the internet, it's all fair game. Do what you want.
Shouldn't we try to socially change that? I mean, what's the point? What's the point of insulting people?
It's just developing a thick skin and not letting it bother you. Is what I feel
why
like
should I have to have a thick skin? Why don't you just not say the shit out of your mouth and then I don't have to have a thick skin?
Because we're allowed to say what we want.
Okay.
And you
right.
choose whether you're bothered by it.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not defending it.
We're not allowed to say what we want. That's a misconception. Free speech is not about you can say whatever you want. As long as it doesn't interfere with others, I get it. That's free speech. But when you interfere with others, then it's not really free speech because your rights cannot affect somebody else's rights, right?
Yeah, but putting a picture of the Twin Towers
right.
is not invading anyone's rights. It's just having a shitty picture. And it's invoking feelings. You choose whether those feelings are going to be invoked or not. You could not care and just let it go, or you can get mad and get them banned like you did.
Well, see, I would definitely, if that doesn't, that picture I seen, this one picture was like, the guy was an artist, I'll tell you that much. Considering what he had to work with and how he built it, the guy had some talent. But as somebody who's doing it and as somebody who sees it, if you are not affected by that, if you're not affected by, like the people who stand at rallies when people are coming home from being overseas, troops, and sit there and hold signs up, baby killer and shit like that, if you're not affected by those things, then...
the Westboro.
Westboro Baptist.
Yeah, if you're not affected
feed off
by
people
those
getting
things,
shitty at them, though.
Yeah, but if you're not affected, shouldn't you? There's something wrong with you, right? I mean, wouldn't you?
No, yes, but it's something you can keep to yourself. Like that dude. I'm sure he probably doesn't think that 9/11 was funny. He put that picture up to be a dick, to invoke a response from people, and he got it. And he probably laughed all the way up to his ban.
What about the people who were affected by it personally, on a personal level? He's going through. There's a kid playing the game. He's 17 years old, playing the game. And his dad was killed at the J.P. Morgan in the tower. So why does that kid have to feel the emotion of somebody making fun of the fact something that killed his father? Why does he have to deal with it for this guy to have a picture up?
That's one thing I disagree with, and I think that's where this country is going, and I think is bullshit that. Everyone's me, what I think, what happened to me. You should worry about trigger words for things that happened to me. No one cares about you. It's not about you.
Okay, it's not about you having that fucking picture up, right? Because that's your right.
People can have the picture up, and it's your choice whether you get offended by it.
Okay, so it's your choice to be offended by a picture that somebody else goes through the time to put up. When they had the option in the beginning, there wouldn't even be a need not to get offended by it if it wasn't up, right?
Yeah, but it's your choice if you get offended by it. That dude's an asshole. The dude's an asshole.
So he has the right. He just has the right to hang the picture, and everybody else has to deal with it.
But because he signed that contract, he should have got it taken it down.
No, that's what you're. This is where you're mistaken. This is where you're wrong. The people are going to feel the feeling. No matter whether they let it bother them or not, you're still going to feel it. You still have to feel it, right? You still got to feel it, and then you got to make that split-second decision whether it's going to bother you or not. You got to feel it. You got to look at it and say, "Oh, that's terrible." You just felt the feeling.
I've seen so much garbage on the internet that nothing bothers me personally. Like, it's like whatever. People do what they do. It's the internet.
And I get it, but you understand we're talking about one specific thing. Right? 99.5% of all the shit on the internet doesn't bother me either. But this fucking invokes it brings the worst out of me because I cannot stand that somebody would make fun of this. I don't know. And I didn't have
It's crazy, but people do.
And this is where they need to be held accountable for something. I mean, why do I have to be going through my life playing a game or having fun or talking to my friends or doing whatever I want to do, but I have to be accosted by somebody and their ability to do things like this and to make me feel a feeling because they want to just get a reaction, but yet there's no repercussions to them doing it.
That's the art of trolling,
how is that fair to me?
You're getting trolled. That's it. Plain and simple. That's the whole argument.
Well,
they're doing it to be a dick, and they got it.
It's not about... See, whoever... I guess then that's fine. I'm trolled. That's fine. I'm not going to argue about it no more because, you know what? Everybody who thinks that's okay can suck my fucking dick. And when their fucking house gets blown up or somebody that they fucking love gets killed, then they'll know how it feels. Because
Yes, they will.
That's terrible. That is so terrible that anybody would think that's okay. It's awful. It's awful. And I deal with trolls all the time. I get fucking emails in my personal fucking emails over this fucking podcast, people trolling. I don't give a fuck. They can do all they want. But that's one line I don't want to see crossed. And I don't see why, as a society, we can't just come together and say, hey, don't touch that. Just don't. I don't see why it's so hard. That's it. I just don't see why it's so hard not to touch that.
Because
everybody wants their rights.
Great fodder.
Yeah, but everybody wants their rights, but, the people that they're insulting with are the ones that are actually out there fighting to keep the rights. The ones that are actually out there defending the Constitution. The ones that are actually out there trying to protect the country and your right to put up stupid shit. But you're going to insult them?
I equate it to more just of a practical joke. I don't think that dude really thought that 9/11 was funny or anything like that. He just wanted to be a dick, and he was a dick, and he got banned.
Yep.
Hey, Travis, was that dude American? Did you look at his profile? Did it say, English?
No, this was before we had those kind of profiles. On PlayStation 3, the profile was shit.
But he sounded like an American.
Yeah, he just sounded like a white kid.
Question your fucking, level of patriotism and the respect you have for your own country or the country you live in. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
End of statement.
I'm extremely liberal when it comes to something, and I'm conservative, really, really right when it comes to others. And it's just one of those things that I respect your opinion on it, Jordan. I get it. I see what you're trying to say. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at you and your opinion.
Yeah, no. And like I said, and I'm not defending what he did. I'm just saying, well, I guess I'm defending what he did, but not the product. What he did was shitty. But it's a thing you can do. And he got in trouble for it. But as far as the internet's concerned, you can do whatever you want behind an anonymous profile.
You can say whatever you want, but yes, I don't know about you, but I feel like men in this country are getting extremely vaginized and
oh yeah, for sure,
are being, and I think a lot of that is because we're having people growing up to where they don't have to be accountable as a man, and I think that's why, and it's becoming socially acceptable for a man to act like not as a man should, not as as your grandfather or the men who fought in World War II, the greatest generation ever. I mean, those are men. You know what I mean? I'm not even the man those people are because I'm too many generations removed. But I try to be, a half-decent man. And I think a lot of the reason we have this in the country right now is because people have they can be anonymous too much. They don't have to be accountable for what they say. And I just think that if that person's grandmother or grandfather or dad or uncle or brother who's, seen what they were doing, they would be embarrassed.
Oh, dude, believe me, if my people saw half the shit I said online, it'd be pretty awkward. But I'm not that I'm not that person in person. I'm me in person. I'm a respectable person, blah blah blah, whatever. But online, when I can say whatever I want and not be held accountable, or I want to have fun and just piss people off, then I say some pretty crazy, terrible things. But that's not who I am,
Yeah. See, I guess I can't get on your same level because I don't see the fun in pissing people off, but I know people do it, and I can see where, I know a lot of people like to do that. But to me, that's not fun, so I guess I don't see – that's why it's hard for me to understand your point of view.
That makes sense.
Because I don't see the fun in it. I would rather everybody laugh, joke, be happy with each other, and, whatever we're doing, just keep doing it. I don't see the fun in pissing people off. Now, if that's fun to you, that's 100% your prerogative. You have that right to try to piss people off. Just some stuff. I mean, you can piss people. I guess what I'm saying is you can piss people off without going to the fucking top shelf shit. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Do you really have to reach for the fucking bazooka when you could just use a fucking 9mm? I mean, do you really have to go over the top? Do you have to go to the best shit there is to fucking, the most egregious thing in the world? No,
But
you don't.
that's where you'll get the widest response, though, and that's why that dude did
Maybe
that.
he was just dumb and he wasn't very creative. So he's like,
I mean,
I think
it's
Juan's
probably
right. Creativity is probably a big part of that. People who aren't creative, that want to be creative, they see that and they think, okay, well, I'll just go straight to the fucking well, and that's it.
I mean,
Fuck
maybe
it.
he wanted to do a picture of kids getting raped, but he couldn't get the terror in the eyes right, you know? So he just went for towers on fire.
Well, the
I
thing
think
is, though,
PC gaming made Jordan like he can't be serious about something anymore.
Dude, but that's just me. No, seriously, that's just me, dude. I can find anything funny. I can
well,
be
Jordan,
open about
as
anything.
when your child is older, right, and you've got to explain to him and teach them right from wrong, right?
Mhm.
As a parent, where do you tell him that, oh, it's okay, you have a right to piss people off and say stuff like that,
No.
or, well,
But my
why
parents
not?
didn't teach me that either. My parents didn't tell me go on the internet and be a dick. It's something I just picked up. And I'm not trying to say that I'm a dick all the time by
But
any
you
means.
know what you're doing is wrong. You're just doing it to piss people off, right?
I wouldn't call it wrong, per se. Some of the things I do.
No,
I mean,
but-
because there's people. It depends on the situation. I mean,
You think it's wrong to go on the internet with the sole intent to piss people off?
Do I think it's wrong? No. I think it kind of. I mean, it makes you a douche, but it's not wrong. I mean, by what standing?
Is it wrong? I mean, there's right and there's wrong. I mean,
I guess.
Do I think
moral
it's
standing?
yeah.
Do I think it's wrong? No. I mean, I think it's a dick thing to do.
But if
half
it's a
the
dick thing
time?
to me, it must be wrong because you wouldn't be dick if you were doing something right. But
I don't
can see
consider
where
it right or
levels of
wrong.
I can see where it's like, you're thinking that it's just, it's not wrong, but it's not right. It's
It's kind of. Do you feel like you want to be an asshole? Go ahead. You have that choice.
so. But being an asshole is definitely not the right thing to do. And this is
Like
why these discussions are good, is because you're extremely left, I'm extremely right on this kind of stuff. And this is where you have lines where I would expect, this is where political lines, social lines, would blur when it comes to, I guess that's my expectation, you know what I mean? It's like all these different, groups that we're part of and all these different, social standings that we're part of, you figure that would be something that we all could come together and say, yeah, let's just not touch that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in my mind, it just seems like we could come together and just, I guess I have too much faith in fucking humanity that we could just come together and be like, yeah, let's just not touch that because that's just something and you don't want to, be free and open with.
And in terms of being a dick, like Juan, you've played Smite with me, and I've said some pretty colorful things to people. Do you not laugh every time that I say something stupid to somebody?
To somebody or to me?
Well, you're a special
No, I
case.
would laugh with you too. I'd laugh too if you give somebody a hard time. I get it. I see the fun in it. I get that.
So there you go. You
I
see the
don't-
fun in trolling.
Yeah, I see I know. I don't see the fun in
But to
trolling.
a
I see
point.
when you say something comical to somebody. Now, I don't see the point, and the whole reason you're getting on the game is to go piss people off. I do not see the fun in that. Now, I see if somebody wants to say something fucked up to you, and you're able just to destroy them, like, fuck, you and I come up with some pretty foul shit, text messaging back and forth.
Yeah.
I see the fun in that because we're friends, we're brothers-in-law, and we have the fun in it. I don't see the fun and just randomly going online and with the whole intention of pissing people off. I just don't see it. I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I just don't see it. Now, nobody will ever tell me that putting September 11th and jihad shit is just having fun, trying to piss people off. I'll never go for that. So, anyway, after that, you got anything else? I don't want to cut you off, Jordan, if you have anything else you want to say on it.
Oh, no. It was, I mean,
So
It's a discussion.
What did everybody watch this week?
I'm waiting for the end of Mad Men.
I don't watch shit.
I watched a lot of The Americans, got caught up on that. Chicago PD. I hate when, just FYI, you guys, I hate Chicago PD, SVU, or Law and Order SVU, and one other show, Chicago Fire. They do crossover events, like twice, 3-4 times a year. And I don't watch SVU, Law and Order SVU. so I don't record it. But this last crossover event they did, the ending of the episode was on SVU, and I still can't fucking find it. And it drives me crazy because it's not available online or on demand. And so please stop doing crossover events with Law and Order. This is Chicago, that's New York. It's not even the same thing. That's a special victims unit. This is intelligence. I don't know.
You and a bunch of 6-year-olds are very fucking unhappy right now.
Dude, that show is 18 to 45, like top notch. So better recognize, son. Chicago PD. And Hank Boyd comes right up your ass. I love that guy on there. You guys never watched that show, Chicago PD?
Nope.
There's like this. It's a spin-off of Chicago Fire, and in Chicago Fire, the Hank Boyd, the police sergeant, like dirty as hell, you know, taking money from everybody. And now they gave him his own show, and they're trying to like paint him in the light of like a Robin Hood. Like he takes all this dirty money from the drug dealers and shit, but he gives it to all people that need help getting out of the game or whatever. So it's crazy how they have to like used to hate him, now he's like this Robin Hood character. Should really check it out. Chicago Fire is a really good or Chicago PD is a really good show. It's better than actually Chicago Fire is. You should give that a shot. And
I watched that Kurt Cobain documentary.
Did you? I know you were wanting to watch it.
The Montage of Heck. Yeah, I watched that.
There's one on HBO called like Supersonic Highways or something.
Oh yeah, it's the Foo Fighters thing.
Yeah,
they're making their new album.
Like, so great about it. I mean, I don't understand
like
what
the Foo Fighters. It's I think it's just kind of like a series of them making their album and stuff, and all the shenanigans and shows and blah blah blah. But I don't care for Foo Fighters personally.
Did you guys ever watch that Joaquin Phoenix movie he did where it was like a reality shoot of him like I quit?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Where he's like doing coke off whores' asses and shit.
Yeah,
that was a really good show. You should check that out. What's that called? This Isn't Me, or This Is Me, or I Am, or some shit like that. Joaquin Phoenix. It
was fake though.
That's what people say, but dude, he wasn't snorting baking soda off whore's ass.
No, the whole premise was fake.
Well, he might have been doing stuff.
He might have been doing real shit, but like the way he was acting and everything was all fake.
I gotta finish Justified. I'm gonna start watching American Odyssey when I get a chance. Deadliest Catch is on right now, and I haven't really kept up with it. So, and I want to watch Dig. Keeping Up with the Kardashians kind of got sick, so I'm not really watching that anymore.
You gonna watch that special with the tranny?
Tranny, that's an offensive word, sir.
With the transgender guy, the athlete dude from
the dad.
70s. Yeah. I heard on a podcast that he said on Adam Carolla's podcast, he said that he had been doing that he was going to be a woman right before he met Kris Kardashian or Kris.
Yeah,
Jenner.
like back in the 80s or something. He's Bruce Jenner. He's been all that plastic surgery has been trying to make him look like a chick.
And then when he met his wife, he was like, "Oh, I guess I'll keep my penis." And then they decided to get divorced, so now he wants a vagina, but he likes women. So basically, he says, I sexually like women, so I'm going to become a lesbian. Okay.
I think you'd get a lot more pleasure out of sex with women if you still had your dick than like it being punched up inside you and having a vagina.
That whole family is just terrible.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, guys, that's this episode for this week. We appreciate you listening to us. A little bit of a long rant. We'll try to pull it all together. We're recording. I think we're at about 2.5 hours.
Jesus.
So Juan will cut it down, get it ready for us, and we'll get it in. Once again, we really want to thank Matt Chong and Crossbones from Twitter for the feedback, the questions. Also, too, remember, PTFOpodcast.com. Best way to get a hold of us. Let us know what you think. Twitter is at PTFO Pod. Also, too, anybody that wants a T-shirt, let me know. I'm going to get some ordered. Also, we have a server on Battlefield Hardline. Check it out, PTFO Podcast server. If you get on the server, we've had some people come over and let Juan and I know as admins that people were glitching in different spots. So if you see people doing stuff, let us know. We'll ban them. If somebody's on, they'll get on there and kick them from the server and ban them for good. Any glitching or anything like that. So let us know that you like the server. Right now it's rented for the month. If we see people stays full, then I'll go ahead and pay for it for the year, and we'll keep going with that. So, but that's it for this week. Remember, PTFOpodcast.com. We'll see you next time.
Later, everybody.
Later, dudes.